Hey, how's it going, everyone? Conscious that there's been quite a few commentaries the last few days, and you're all probably wondering why that is. Well, it's basically because I don't have my laptop with me, so I can't edit anything. I'm up in North Wales at the minute with Charlie, so we're planning on doing lots of good things, actually. We're planning on hiking Snowdon, planning on doing loads of things. So, anyway, I wanted to take you through what I did at the race on Sunday. So, remember, I say a brief breakdown. I literally spent forever talking on the vlog, but I had to get everything out. So this is the kind of follow on from that, and we're going to look at the race in a little bit more detail regarding power figures, efforts, things like that. So if you're a geek, if you love the power stuff, welcome. This would really appeal to me. If it doesn't appeal to you, no problem, just close this video and come back another time. But I'm just going to dive right into it now. So here we are on my training peaks. Let's do a really quick scan. So first off, we look at the first screen here. Now you can obviously see I've got some peak performances. I can expect the heart rate to be up there today to the best 1 minute, not too bad. Nothing that really jumps out. I mean, 90-minute power, you'd expect that in the first race of the year as well, because all of these are 2019, remember? So nothing really jumps out, I've got to be honest with you. If this was kind of up there, if this was kind of if that was a gold medal, then I would kind of be like, okay, what exactly, or where have I done this? And basically you can click that, and it will open it up. You'll be able to see a highlighted section for your peak 1 minute, and it's actually right there, which, funny enough, is the tailwind section. And I get onto that in a minute. Oh, these Facebook messages are getting on my nerves now. Anyway, I'm honestly not that popular, guys. This just happens in sporadic moments. So we've got the map and the graph. We've got the power. That's actually something that we can look at really quickly. So I spent a lot of time in zone 1. That's kind of actually what you'd expect for a race. They say, obviously, generally speaking, the guy who spent the most time there will win the bike race. But not so much in this race, because it's a different style of race. But generally speaking, this is what would happen. If you're in a break, obviously, you probably won't spend a lot of time there. You'll probably spend more time in these zones. But then, 13% of my time in zone 6 as well is quite a chunk of time. I gotta say as well, because obviously a lot of you are here because of what I do on Zwift, which I really appreciate. Thank you for watching. Racing Zwift this winter has really got me thinking about how I conserve energy. A little bit more so than I have done in past winters, or past seasons rather. Like this race on the weekend, I was actually kind of conscious about kind of where I sat in the bunch, how I used my energy, when I moved up. So instead of just creeping up through the bunch, I would move up in kind of a big burst, just to get there. Lots of data from my peaks. Again, nothing really exciting there. We'll go into the map and graph, because that's kind of where we can see a lot of stuff. Again, we've got graphs here. These are the ones I choose to have on here. You can obviously choose to have more. But then we can really see kind of data broken down. So the race was just shy of 3, even though this was including the neutral section as well. So you can take kind of 3 or 4 minutes off of that for the neutral section. Big TSS, good amount of work. 3,000 calories there or thereabouts. Normalized power of 300 watts is it's a fairly tough day, I think, in anyone's book. That's normalized power of near enough 5 watts per kilo, but average down here. So intensity factor, again, that's high, but I'm not sure if my settings are correct. I think they are, but again, it would still be 0.8 rather than 0.88. Heart rate's good. Speed, pace, everything. And I just want to highlight a few things for you. So if we go down to my best 20 minute here. My best 20 minutes set on the second lap. Now, I remember at this point in the race, a few of the Madison Genesis guys are obviously up the road. Well, a fair few of the big teams with the majority of the riders in the race were up the road. And I remember it was always like this section here. So, like just here, if I can get rid of, just get rid of some of this crap here because it's like really getting in the way. Hide. Or I can actually hide others. And then bring elevation back. Okay, so right here is like a bottom of a climb. It wasn't really a climb, just a drag all the way to here really, but basically it was like this point here where we had a tailwind, and the tailwind then obviously followed us all the way to here. There was always big attacks coming over the top here in this exposed section, and it was because it was a cross tailwind, we're all getting in that left hand cut there on the left hand side of the road. Pretty safe, but obviously you're absolutely rattling along at 50k an hour. Now, this, like, it's funny how when you go back and you actually analyse a race where you can actually see, you know, where the efforts you made, where you paid the price later on. This is a point in the race where it didn't actually feel that hard. Let's bring back some of the others. Heart rate, actually though, spikes early and then gradually comes down. We look at my normalised power for that section, and it was 349. If you look at my speed for that section, it's 45k an hour. That's moving some, considering there's some bigger kickers on this. Not bigger kickers, but you slow down to 25k an hour on some of them. So considering the tailwind we had and the little climbs we had, that effort was made quite early on in the race. We're talking an hour into the race. The effort itself was fine. I gotta be honest, I didn't feel bad making that effort. That's why I'm so surprised looking back on it, because it didn't feel like 5.3 watts per kilo. It didn't feel like it. It literally split the race apart, especially since we then turned into this kind of crosswind and then another kind of crosswind here. So we kind of stopped the groups from coming back together. The group only came back together here on this long headwind section. So for me, let's go ahead and highlight this section then. Even this section, we're looking at 5 watts per kilo, 300 watts, 340 normalised along here. So this whole half an hour section, it's a big section. It's a big section. We're looking at an intensity factor of 1. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. We're literally looking at an intensity factor of 1. That was, we could say, the breaking point in the race. And it was the point where we did close the gap to the front group. Or not to the front group, but the group that was behind the front group. And we got to the point where it was almost all back together, and then of course the gas was let off a little bit. As you can see here, this is the second section, well, the next lap in that same section. It's definitely not as hard and definitely not as fast, like almost 1 kilometre an hour slower. So I think, if we'd have just had a little bit longer, we may well have got back on, but obviously not to be. Finish, hard. Not really. I think we're all quite tired then. And then the finish itself was, zoom in right here, was up a little dual carriageway. So we came off of this small road, around up the slip road, and then finished up this dual carriageway climb. And here's the effort basically. Sitting around 300 watts just before it. 250. And then I just thought, well, stuff this, because we're just going to take forever to get up this climb. So I just pressed on. If you can call that pressing on, that's actually like a solid effort of 390 watts for 2.5 minutes. Again, it's not like massive 6.4 watts per kilo, but like I said, the race finishes there and we were just like ambling, so let's just get it done. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Should I do more of these in future? I'll keep them shorter in future, short and sweet. But yeah, thanks for watching.